What is something that bothers you more than it should? When my boss tells me to do something I was literally just about to do. Micromanaging is the most common managerial mistake across the globe. When people stand in the middle of the grocery aisle talking and won't move. I see people do this in their freaking cars. Just sitting in the middle of the neighborhood street talking with the cars pointed in opposite directions. When people eat with their mouth open. I need to eat with the TV on. I can't stand the noise. When people don't use turn signals. Or when they turn on their turn signal after they already slowed way down or started turning. Reddit posts in which people ask for name suggestions for their pets. I can't put my finger on why these make my blood boil. But I hate scroll past them every time. It used to be fun and cute but it got excessive. Most of the time all I see on our cats is nothing but help me name him her. Things close to the edge of the table. This one got me deep. I'm bothered just thinking about this. Wet clothes. Especially socks. I can't do it. Gives me the ick. Wet cuffs. Sleeves. Are maddening. Chewed gum. Left for dead in a drinking fountain or urinal. I own a set of kitchen knives in rainbow colors. Each is a different size. They go in a knife block for storage. It's not possible to put them into rainbow order. To save your sanity just get one of those magnetic knife strips and arrange them properly because OMG why. When people that do really shooty things get away with it and get to continue living their best lives without anyone knowing what pieces of human trash they really are. Especially those with public facing jobs. Speakerphone. People who use it when talking to me or when talking to other people around me. It just really annoys me. What about if someone is having an argument with their significant other and we need to hear both sides of the story? Loud people. Absolutely hate how annoyingly loud they are. My kids are loud. I am a very patient man in all ways but in my tolerance of this. My wife finds the difference quite surprising but it triggers something like fight or flight for me. People. Those motherfuckers. When you walk into a bathroom and there are a group of people inside hanging out. Just get out. And they all just stare at you like you're the weird one. Loud chewing. That just hikes me out so much. Or drinking loudly. I don't get why there are so many ASMR things of this. The term reverse rape. It isn't reverse rape. It's rape. What? People who travel in the passing lane. I hate it. I comment on it. When my wife is with me she hates that I hate it. Stay over unless you're passing. Frickin' mad just thinking about it. Edit. Thank you kind stranger for the award. I am not worthy. It's when they travel in the passing lane at the same speed as the people in the other lanes that infuriates me. The media will not call females that rape children pedophiles. When people, like, extensively say like when they, like, speak. Even though, like, I do the same thing, like, all the time too. I moved to Sokol for 5 years found myself saying like more than the regular person. I ain't proud of that. The fact that people tend to lose friends as they get older. And how our modern society leaves very little time to spend with friends as an adult. Something about only spending a lot of time with one person, your partner, if you're lucky, feels sad to me. It seems like as an adult you can only make friends through work. And I don't want to fricking socialize when I'm at work. People that chew with their mouth open. Goddamn apostrophes on plurals. How people think it's their business that I'm over 30, married and don't have kids yet. I work with kids. It's nice to come home to a cat. In the 1980s, Denver had an NHL team called the Colorado Rockies, which is a great name for a hockey team. Rockies hockey. They moved and became the New Jersey Devils. But it was inevitable that one day Denver would get another NHL team, and they'd be called the Colorado Rockies. Then Denver got a stupid Major League Baseball team, and rather than coming up with an original name, they stole the Rockies. Of course, Denver did eventually get another NHL team and it had to be given a different name, the Avalanche. It makes me resent Major League Baseball, as a baseball fan, when people don't stop talking or talk longer than they should and keep you waiting. This reminds me of a time at work. 3 of us, boss included, were getting into the car to go to a meeting some years back. And some guy from another business nearby, we're in a business park setting here, started talking to the boss. We had to go. Boss politely said his goodbye to leave and we're driving away while this guy just keeps going. That was a first for me. Rose had room for Jack to get on that piece of wood, but it has been proven that it won't float with the 2 of them. When people call chicken nuggets chicken nuggies, No good reason for it to bother me, but I had to ban my child from saying it BC it irritates the heck out of me. That, and every station and store blasting 47 versions of Last Christmas as Christmas music. It's not Christmas music just because it has the word. It's a stupid "you broke my heart and I won't let you do it again" song. 10 is also infantile. When people say "no offense" knowing that they're offend someone. People who don't flush the toilet. When people say "unthaw" instead of just "thaw." My constant inability to go to fricking sleep when my body tells me I'm tired. When people try to normalize Latinx. When someone tries to be controlling towards me. People who lack common courtesy. I know most people don't like this, but it makes my blood boil. How little people acknowledge their mortality and time. I keep getting funny looks from people where I prefer to keep my time and spend it with family rather than get paid X amount of dollars. Like that PC. Save up and buy it. Have a crush. Ask him out. Want to skydive. Cut out some time for it. Not everything has to be work and work. Like, guys, you only live one freaking life. And let me tell you, you ain't taking that money with you when you die. Edit. I just realized that some stuff on this list requires money. But honestly, as long as you save and don't spend it on stupid shit, you should have it. If not, expectations might have to be cut. That's just life. The point I'm trying to make is time is something that cannot be given back. ASMR. Right now, I've watched the new Disney movie Encanto about 12 times and I do not forgive Abuela for blaming Mirabel for everything for so long. What a beach to blame everything on a child and tell her you did this to our family. So messed up. Then even after she apologizes she was like, I was so afraid of losing you and the family. Like what? What does even make sense? You were afraid of losing your family, presumably through death or estrangement, as that's how you lose your family. That you held them to an impossible standard and told the second to youngest she was hurting the family? What? That makes no sense. She was afraid of losing the magic? Yeah, that makes sense. Afraid of losing their standing in the community that was based on the magic? Sure, that makes sense. Afraid of losing the magic or gains that were given because of your horrible loss. Like it would all be for nothing? Okay, yeah, also makes sense. But not losing the family and blaming a child. It simply doesn't add up and I do not forgive her at all. Edit. Spelling and grammar. Typing too fast before bed under influence of Unison. Sorry for the losing fiasco lol. Edit 2. To clarify, I actually love this movie. I just hold a grudge against Abuela. Your use of losing for losing bothers me more than it should. When I hear someone snoring, the sound of people eating crunchy food loudly, particularly chips. I can't explain why, but it makes me angry. People listen to their music in public through their phone, in speaker mode. Claymation. I have no idea why, but it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. When specifically my skin is not smooth. It's why my nails, feet, scalp, and face are all constantly bandaged, scarred or bleeding. Cockroaches. Confounded face. The word utilize. It should just be some funny Snoop Doggization type of shizzle, but instead people say it to sound extra important when we already have the perfectly succinct use available instead. I'm not usually a grammar police, but when people say they are going down to a place that is north or up to a place that is south. North isn't up and south isn't down though. How The Office started to suck after Steve Carell left. When people over there don't know there's from there's. Waking up for work, commuting to work, being at work, driving back home from work. My family members' opinions. They always have something to say about my life. I need to learn to just be me. Indoor parking garages with little space, low ceilings, or both. The hub's the hubby. People whose shooty behavior doesn't affect me in any way. People don't realize how holistic a society is. They don't realize that even trivial shoot that doesn't affect anyone in any meaningful way can, if propagated enough over a long enough period of time, will absolutely affect everyone. Idiots with driver's licenses and cars. People looking at their phone while walking and thus walking at a glacial pace. I rage over people who are just completely oblivious to their surroundings. When people say they could care less when they mean they couldn't care less. People thinking Paul Rudd and Marissa Tomei don't look 50. They do. That's what 50-year-olds who've worked out and eaten healthy and taken care of themselves look like. They both have deep lines and sagging skin. They're just also hot. But also, why does this bother me so much? Lol, who cares? And yet, Here I am. Morning people. I admire them and despise them at the same time. People who don't understand the difference between S plural and S possessive. E.g. someone writing Americans are nuts. Right double quotation mark. Religious people when they don't mind their own business. Like okay you like this religion and you want to follow its rules. Okay that's fine. It's your life. But when you're arguing with me saying that you're angering God by being gay or something, that freaking pisses the hell out of me. My life isn't your freaking life to mess with. Mind your own business and don't judge other people for simply wanting to be happy. I got a feeling a lot of other people agree with me on this one. And also when people eat with this mouth open. I despise that. When people change their mind opinion so quickly about important things. People that use incorrect names for things. Especially when the actual name is shorter. When my dog is licking herself or scratching when I'm trying to sleep. My god is slurping. Pizza cut into squares. When drivers don't stop at a crosswalk where it literally says pedestrians have right of way and they have to stop. As a non-native English speaker, should have. Littering. The public and private executions of litterers is justified, noble and too tardy in the undertaking. God freaking meditatal. Just pick up your shoot. Claude, my little sister leaving the lights on in a room that she's not in. Pisses me off. My best friend still refusing to speak to me after 2 years since the mental breakdown I had where she stopped talking to me after. And no, her cessation of friendship did not help my mental health. Did I hurt her? Is she okay? Did she just want space so she could study? Did she give up on me or want me to grow by doing this? People who wear masks in their own cars and are by themselves might be an Uber driver about to pick someone up. Burglarized. J.K. Rowling being portrayed as the Antichrist. The women voiced some controversial views that are quite common in England. I'm not even a fan. But she wasn't nearly as hateful as she's made out to be. Put your goddamn shopping cart back. Stuttering in games. Until last month all my games were stuttering to death for like 5 months and I just could not find the solution. I reinstalled drivers. Cleaned my RAM and GPU. Did everything but nothing worked. One day all my desktop icons were overlapped on each other. That explained that it was a Windows issue. Reinstalled Windows and boom everything's fixed now.